Warm Belter Radio welcome to Sabrina Fallah now. Thank you for joining me today, Sabrina.
Thank you for having me.
It's an absolute pleasure. Now, we've been featuring your music on some of our shows, so it's a good opportunity to catch up with you, so thank you for getting in touch.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you're a rock artist from Canada, aren't you? So what drew you into the rock part of the musical world?
Well, my cousin actually used to, he's in music as well, and he has a home studio, and I used to record some of my earlier work when I was really young, like 13, 14 in his studio. And he used to always show me records from other bands he liked. And one day he showed me Dookie and Kerplunk by Green Day. And when I heard that, I'm like, I like this band. But then a few years later, they released American Idiot. And I'm like, is this the same band that my cousin showed me? And it so happened to be the same band. And American Idiot actually influenced me to get into rock and write rock music. So it's Green Day, my influence. So, and to this day, he always says, why did I introduce you to Green Day? Because I'm so obsessed with them and I love them so much, but it's just a joke he always throws at me. But he's happy I'm still in music doing what I love, and he always tells me not to give up because I should be doing what I enjoy.
Absolutely, sound advice. Okay, so when did you actually start writing your own stuff then? Did you just sort of like pick a pen up and thought, I can do this, or?
No, I actually started writing poetry and short stories when I was in grade 4-ish. I don't know exactly the age, but I used to write a lot of poetry and stories because I just love to write.
Yeah, so it's just progressed.
Yeah, and then one day I'm like, and this was before I even grabbed an instrument. Then I started to write lyrics, thinking of the melody in my mind. And then I started learning the guitar, the piano first, because I was told to learn the piano for theory, and then, the notes, and then I grabbed the guitar soon after. So, yeah, I just thought if I can write poetry and short stories, I'm sure I could write a song. It's just a summarization of a story, pretty much. So, yeah, and then I got the handle of it, and been writing since.
Do you still play the piano, or do you just stick to the guitar these days?
Since I got carpal tunnel, playing the piano, not knowing I had to do hand stretches, I haven't been playing piano very much. I'm more the guitarist. But if I need to play piano for anything, I can totally play because I know theory. But,
Okay.
Yeah.
So you write all your songs using the guitar then?
Yes.
I guess, Brent, I know you're always busy gigging over there in Canada, as I've looked at your website, and you've sort of like been all over the place, haven't you? So have you got any favourite venues you like to perform at?
Favorite venues? I like them all, honestly. I can't pick. But what I really love to do is doing the festivals, going to the big festival events because it's crowded and you meet a lot of musicians and you see a lot of people. And it's a whole day kind of event. So you're there enjoying the weather and being on stage. And the problem with me is once I'm on stage, I can't get off. So when somebody says, do another song, I have to do another song. And I'll keep doing it till somebody says, you have to get off the stage. But no, because once somebody told me to do another song, like encore. And I think the sound engineer told me, Sabrina, you have to get off. It's the next act now. I'm like, okay. I told the guy, sorry. But it can't happen because I'm on a time, right? And they need time to set up the next act. But yeah, I just love performing at festivals.
Okay, have you done any odd venues? I mean, I've seen like Nice Horse do a gig on a bridge and all sorts of things like that, in airports and all sorts of things. Have you done anything? Yeah, it's on a bridge in Calgary, of all things.
I have performed near boats, a deck, where the boats are outside on the water and there was a little restaurant outside next to the boats. That was weird because the type of music that I play, I would be waking up the people who are sleeping in their boats. But that was an awkward, very awkward situation where I didn't expect it to be there. I thought it was like an inside venue when it was outdoor because I wasn't told exactly how it was going to be. That was a very weird situation, but it was good. But then they had to lower down my sound as I was playing, and I was getting angry. I'm like, dude, the more you lower it down, I'm gonna kill my vocals, man. I need the voice up and the guitar down, not the vocals down. My God, that day was a wreck. But that was the awkward. Since then, I never went back to any place near the water like that because it wasn't a good experience.
Okay, do you have a band that sort of play with you then, Sabrina?
If I need a band, I will either hire session players like people, or I know somebody who can fill in. But most of the time, it's just me. And I only have a band when I need them. If I have an event where it's better to have a live band behind you, I'll do it. But other than that, it's just me and my guitar.
Okay, so you're very well at home on the stage then, Sabrina. So what about the studio? How do you find the studio?
Studio, like how do I enjoy it, you mean?
That's it?
I love it. I would live in a studio if I could. I think the studio is where the creativity comes out also. But you can also be stressed in the studio if things don't come great. But I'm always the one thinking positive because in the studio is where you want the best work to happen. So when I'm in the studio, I'm very focused. I might joke around and have fun, but that's just to add some fun into the whole process. You don't want to go in there and think it's all work, 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 work. You want to enjoy it at the same time.
Yeah, so your first EP of original songs was recorded here in the UK, I believe. So how did that come about?
In England, yes. Wow. Oof, long story, but many, many years. In 2010, when I was in Algonquin College for my pre-music production program, we had a producer's class where the producers could either come into the classroom or they could call in on the phone or video chat on Skype. And it just so happens that we were speaking to Stuart Epps one day. And, I was sitting in the front row of the class. And I was very shy back then, like really, really shy. And I would always have my hoodie on my head and hiding myself. That was just me. And I didn't know the camera was facing my angle of the classroom. And Stuart was asking my teacher, who's that girl in the front row? But before he picked me, he also asked the class some questions. Who writes music? Who plays the guitar? Who is serious? Who wants to succeed in this business? So I was the one always raising my hand. So when he picked on me, I was like, wow, like, there's like 40 people in that class, right? 40 people, and he picked me. And I'm like, oh my God, is this it for me? Am I like, so he asked me, like, actually, from what I can remember, he asked me if I write my songs in a special formula or if I follow the actual songwriting structure, because, there is a formula for commercial music, or you can do it your own way. Back then, I wasn't following that. I was doing it my own way. But anyway, then we kept talking, and then he actually asked me to send him my rough demo or whatever I had hanging around that he wanted to hear. And I was like, wow. So I got his email, and then we spoke for a long time. And then about a year later, everything worked out, and we chose all the songs. Because at the same time, I had to write some new songs as well. And then I sent it to him, and then we chose the 5 out of 10, which we felt was the strongest. And then I went to England, and I had the best band that he chose, and I was treated really well. I had a lot of tea. I had my fish and chips, of course, and it was beautiful. And the funny thing is, at some point, I got a bit of the British accent because I was talking to so many people that I grabbed it. So everybody was laughing at me trying to speak British.
Okay, that's cool. Okay, so the first EP I come across of yours was Kiss as a Killer, and am I right in saying you actually went to Nashville for that one?
I went to Nashville for that one. I had an opportunity to go to Nashville, and that's when I wrote 10 songs, and I had to pick 5, and I had to fight for some of the songs, because some of the songs the producer wanted to do, I was like, no, I don't want to do that one. Sometimes as an artist, you have to like stand your ground and tell them what. But some of them, he said, we're doing this one. It's better than that one. I took it. But there was one song didn't last on that record where I said, I want it. I know the demo, because I didn't sing the demo. Somebody else sang the demo for me, because I don't know why, but somebody else sang it. And then I told him, wait till I sing it. I can sing that song. And then when I sang it, he's like, okay, we're doing it. Sometimes you just have to fight for what you believe in. But other than that, I was very happy with the final result, and I'm glad that song was put in the record. So,
did you find going to Nashville sort of put a different slant on things? Because they've got a different way of writing stuff down there, haven't they?
Because in Nashville, they're known for like the songwriting groups, and in the rooms, they do the songwriting circles and stuff. And it's like the music city. Everybody there were songwriters. So and they were all differently, they all wrote songs differently and had a way of writing. But I could fit in because of the song ideas, and they wanted to write what I wanted to write about, or if they told me something I was interested to write about it. We clicked as soon as we met. We bonded very well. Yeah.
Okay, Sabrina. So that was the EP, and then you followed that up with a full album as well. So I think it's about time we heard one of your songs. What do you think?
Yeah, sure.
So which one should we play?
I think we should play The Frontline.
Say
heard the front line there. So you released that as a single as well, didn't you? So what was that about?
Well, the front line, I wrote it during a time in my life where I was going through a lot of problems in my personal life with my friends. And, you get it in a time in your life when you really want to do something, and it's like you have to sacrifice and you have to choose. And I chose music. And when I needed to do my work, I had to do it, and if I couldn't see my friends, I chose that. I chose to write songs instead of going out and partying like they do. I'm not a partier type. I'm not a party type kind of girl. I just like to be relaxed and do my own thing. Anyway, so what the front line's about is going for your dream and not giving up. And I actually co-wrote the front line with Heather Murray from Vancouver, which I met at a Songwriters Association online. I contacted her and I heard her stuff and said, I like what she's done, and I thought maybe we could write a song. And I told her what I was thinking, and she's like, yeah, let's do it. And I told her I want to write a song about telling someone that they need to go for their dream and not give up. And even though they're going to the top, they're going to lose friends and make new friends until they get there. And in life, you always lose friends and then make new ones for some reason. And you sometimes don't know why. So basically, the front line is basically going to the top. And if you're coming with me or not, I'm still going because I'm not waiting for anybody. And that's how I am. I just keep going.
Okay, Sabrina, so I'll tell you what we'll do now. We'll ask you about one of my favourite songs on the album.
Okay.
It's one I've played. It's called Stuck Up. So what's Stuck Up about?
That's awesome. Yeah, Stuck Up is a good song. Stuck Up was actually the song at the very beginning, which I didn't really like. I think it was because the demo wasn't like, it wasn't, how can I say it without being bad? Let's just say the demo didn't sound the way that I was hearing it in my head. So I was like, But my producer kept on saying, but it's good. We can add this and this and this to it and make it more jumpy and more fun sounding. Okay. But still, I didn't like it. But when he got the band together, started playing it, I'm like, now that's the song. Now that's what I wanted it to sound like. Well, Stuck Up came to my mind when I was in writer's block. So at that time, I was stuck and I didn't know what to write about. But at some point, I just said, stuck up. So Stuck Up is not really about something that I've dealt with, or I don't know anybody who's stuck up. But I just thought about it. Don't we at some point meet somebody who is stuck up? Because a lot of people in this world think that they know it all. So that's how it came up.
Okay, the other one we've been playing a lot on Belter Radio is Kiss is a Killer. As you probably guessed that, didn't we? So we'll have to hear about that one.
So Kiss is a Killer is was also obviously it was on the record. Anyway, I co-wrote that song with Bill DeLuigi in Nashville. And I have to give the credit to him because when I walked into the room, I asked him, so what are we going to do today? He said, Kiss is a killer. I said, what? Kiss is a killer? The kiss kills you? At first, I thought he meant that the kiss will kill you because I didn't understand. He's like, no, Kiss is a killer. The kiss is good for you. Oh, okay, got it. And then he said, I gave you the title. Now you write the song. So he came up with this killer title, and I'm like, okay, let's write it. So what I thought about was the Grease theme. The guy with a leather jacket, rocking it out, leather pants, chains hanging from his jeans, rocker boots, motorcycle, cars, thinking he's the coolest guy on earth, going after all the girls, all the popular girls, and gives the best kisses, and the girls just fall for him. That's pretty much what Kiss is a Killer is about, going after the girls. Yeah.
Okay, we'll just go for one more then, Sabrina, and then we'll move on. So we got Didn't Last. Let's go. What's Didn't Last about?
Didn't Last was the one I just told you earlier, was the one that I fought for. And Didn't Last is basically about a relationship that didn't last, but there's something about that song. Basically, when you go out with somebody, you sometimes give them second or third chances. You break up, you get back together, you break up, you get back together. But this song is pretty much saying to that person, we didn't last, so I'm never going back. There's no going back to this relationship. I don't forgive you. You wrecked it. I'm done with you. So this is pretty much telling girls that when you really don't feel something with someone, you shouldn't really go back and give them another chance. But this is the way I see it. But somebody else might have their own opinion. But that's what Didn't Last is about.
Well, you've got an excellent collection of songs on your album, so we haven't got time to go through them all. But do you actually have a favourite to perform live, Sabrina?
One Chance.
Does that really?
It's off my first EP, the one I did in England.
Oh right, yeah, and that's your favourite to do live, yeah?
That one's my favorite because it's my baby. It's it's from my first EP that I ever released. So I love playing that one.
Okay, Sabrina, so you got a YouTube page as well, haven't you? You've got lots of different things on there that you've sort of done. You've got interviews and all sorts on there as well, haven't you? Are you actually planning to do a full music video at any time?
When I release new music, definitely. I am in the works of writing some new songs, so when I'm in the studio recording it, I will definitely have a music video attached to it. Yeah.
Okay, so you're working on a follow-up album then, I presume, or follow-up single. How are you going to play it?
For
a follow-up.
What do you mean?
How are you going to follow your album up? Are you going to produce another album, another EP?
Oh, sorry. Okay. I would like to do an album, but I think we're going to be doing a single by single basis. I'm not sure. Yeah,
a lot of artists are going down that route now, aren't they? Especially in these days.
And then at the end, they put it on the record. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, then, Sabrina. So, what are your social media links?
Social media links. Okay, so you can go to sabrinafallah.com, which is my website. And at the top, on the right-hand side, there's my YouTube, my Facebook, my Twitter, and Instagram. And also, I do have Snapchat. It's Sabrina_Fallah. I'm very crazy on Snapchat. I like to use those filters. So please follow me, and I will follow back.
Okay, so that's all your social media, and so you're pretty active on social media. Do you see it as important for an artist like yourself?
I say being in this business is very important to have social media because you're in contact with everybody and everything's out there. But also remember, be careful what you post because you say you erase it, but nothing gets off the internet. Just this thing that you have to be careful what you put out there too.
Absolutely. Okay, and Sabrina, is there anything else we need to know about you and your music here at Belter Radio?
No, I just enjoyed that people are enjoying it, and I hope to release some new music sometime in the future, but I can't say exact. But I hope they enjoy what I bring out next.
Okay then, so would you like to introduce one of your songs to finish off then?
Okay, this is my song, Everything.